York State. Yep, go Hawks. There you go. I love Wilmington, but based on my driving ability, I probably picked the worst place in America to live. Yet my automobile insurance tripled when I moved here. So 3 accidents later, I'm finally getting my money's worth. I grew up where driving was a little bit different, on the edge of the Rosebud Sioux Indian Reservation. And when I was 3, my dad got me my first car. By the time I was 7, I had 2 speeding tickets and an accident, and he couldn't be mad because I drive just like he does. As a toddler, we were out on the reservation, and my parents hit a dude. Yep. So they picked him up, put him in the back of the station wagon with my sister and I. And when that man regained consciousness, he looked at my mom and he said, "You're pregnant with a boy, and you'll name him Eugene." My mom and dad, even at that age, I was like, dudes. My mom and dad thought that the angel Gabriel had just visited them and told them about the baby Jesus. I looked at my sister and I was like, they just hit him. And 6 months later, though, hello, baby Eugene. Yeah, so I thought growing up that my parents were just fun-loving, free-spirited individuals. No. Turns out they were alcoholics. And they passed their addiction on. Yeah, so, but recovery's been amazing for my family. My parents found AA, and after years of therapy, I found my own AA program. I'm Becky, and I'm an adventure addict. So I got married, then I got divorced, I had 2 kids. They're also addicts. Nature, nurture, no choice. When I first got married, I took up skydiving, and I couldn't get over the altitude sickness. So altitude sickness, you're sick to your stomach, you're worn out, lethargic, just couldn't get over it, can't sleep. I went to the doctor, I came home, and I was like, dude, I can keep skydiving. 6 months later, hello, baby Eugene. Actually, we named him Nick. He had a sister, Max, and when she was 2, I loaded her up in a radio flyer wagon. I drug her up to the top of the highest hill I could find. I looked at her, climbed in the front of her wagon, held on, kicked off, and we went for a good mile. Whoa. I know. I was so excited I went home, and I'm like, dude! He looked at me and said, I hope you had a helmet on. I'm sorry. When I was 8, my parents gave me a motorcycle and taught me how to ride it. Your parents gave you a wagon and a helmet? I obviously married somebody very different than myself. Yeah, he was the good parent in his mind. He was the safe one. So one day my 2 kids and I were out skateboarding. Mags thought she fell and broke her arm. So we were like, not today, Satan. Not on our watch. You're going to wait till we get back to Iowa. We're going to take you to your dad's house where you'll pretend to fall down the stairs. And break your arm there. He was no longer the safe parent. And my kids never got hurt on my watch again. Because that worked so well. So they moved out here with me to North Carolina, and they are adventure people, so they've taken up surfing and kiteboarding and all of those things, and of course I'm going to keep up with them. The only thing that's really awkward for me is that wetsuit. I feel like in my wetsuit, I look like I skinned a seal and glued it all over my body. And as I walk around on the beach, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be good at surfing or kiteboarding. The only thing I will be good at is being that giant whale snack. Yeah, so my newest adventure is because I am an adventure addict, applied for grad school. I just recently got accepted into UNCW. I'm going into the Master of Social Work program, so I said to my kids, I gotta be ready. I want to be cool. So they said the first thing I learned is how to pay with your phone. I was like, I can do that. So I'm going around town practicing. I say to myself, come on, I'm going to show you something, and not only are you going to be impressed with me, every cashier in Wilmington is. He's like, okay. So we go out. I walk in, I'm like, can I tap that? He's like, because he's 6'5". Could we just ask if we can use Apple Pay? It's got to be hard being him, though. When he was in high school, I ran up to his room, got my phone. I'm like, dude, what's a MILF? Where did you hear that? Somebody just texted it to me. We don't talk to people we call MILFs. Or they that call us MILFs, block them. I was like, oh, okay. His sister's a lot of fun, though, too. She is a Seahawk. So I'm pretty darn excited to be on campus. She graduates in May. So I will be a second-generation Seahawk. Hello. I called her. I was like, Max, guess what? Do you know the UNCW fight song? No one does. I'm not sure she doesn't know it, or she just doesn't want her second-generation students skipping around campus singing the fight song all the time. I'm really looking forward to going to college, though, and I'm kind of trying to convince her that she could go to grad school at the same time. Because I just think it would be super impressive. Like, we could be in the same sorority. Yeah, or we could be on the ultimate frisbee team together. But whatever we're doing, because she's only 20, I will be legal and be able to buy the beer. I know, it's going to be pretty darn impressive. I just got to learn that fight song. Anyway, thanks. Thanks so much for listening to me. And if you can relate to anything I said tonight, your parents were probably alcoholics.